Welcome back to the Man United stream. I hope you're having a lovely day out there, people. It is exciting days ahead for Man United. Although we had the pre-season friendly against Borussia Dortmund yesterday in the USA, and it didn't go to plan because we ended up losing 3-2 against a strong Borussia Dortmund team, I must admit. I think we were fielding some of our weaker team, B team, and I don't mind. Like I said, pre-season, I'm not that fussed. I do like seeing players and glimpses of players doing well, seeing what they're up to, see what their fitness levels are, see if they can hold the ball well. Just see glimpses of them that will then go on to the season and do really well. And I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. I like some of the players that I'm seeing. Of course, the defence was pretty poor yesterday. It was actually really poor yesterday. We made some huge defensive mistakes, errors. You could tell that the team wasn't good enough in defence and going forward actually. We weren't really playing our top team, and I don't mind that. I'd rather Ten Hag experiment now, find out which players are good and which players aren't, and that's what I think he's doing. He's just trying to work out if there's anyone else in the squad who's good enough to play for the first team, and that's what he's doing. Anyway, before I forget, I want you to smash that like button and subscribe to this channel because you are going to miss out if you don't. We provide you with transfer news and updates on just everything to do with Manchester United, so subscribe so you don't miss a beat. Coming back to what happened last night, it was a good game. I enjoyed it. I hope you did as well. It's just nice to see Man United. It's just nice to see some football actually. It's nice to see Manchester United playing a bit of football, seeing what they're up to. It is good to watch. I enjoyed it. I must admit, Onana looked good. I loved the way Onana ran up to Maguire and started shouting at him when he got something wrong in the defence. It was just amazing. It was brilliant. That is what we've been missing for such a long time. He reminded me of Peter Schmeichel. Peter Schmeichel used to do that. Whenever someone used to make a mistake, Peter Schmeichel would get out there and start shouting at them, making sure they never make that mistake again. We need someone like that. We need a speaker. We need someone who bosses the team from the back and gets the defence sorted out, and what a player he's going to be in the future. I really am looking forward to Onana playing in the season going forward. Drop your comments below. What do you think about the game? Were you happy with it? Were you not happy with it? Were you not happy with certain players playing in certain ways? Did you think that Ten Hag was going to play his strongest team in that friendly, or did you know that he was going to play some weak players as well, some new youth players as well? And what do you think what's going to happen when he comes back to Old Trafford next week? Do you think he's going to play a similar team, or do you think he's going to then slowly start integrating his first team players into that game? We will see. Moving on from that, let's go on to transfers, because transfers is big news right now. Obviously, we're in the middle of the transfer window, and we have been signing players systematically and doing really well. I think we've got to take our hats off to everybody at Manchester United who's involved in the signing of players and in the whole process of bringing in new players, because they have been doing a very good job. A lot different to what they've done in previous years. In previous years, we have seen just a complete scattergun approach. They're just completely chaotic. It's always been a chaotic transfer window. It's always been they just do not sign anybody until the last week of the transfer window, and then they panic buy whoever they can get their hands on. This time, I've seen a huge difference in the way they've gone about making these signings. It's been absolutely refreshing. I love watching them. I love seeing how they've gone out and made these deals. They've negotiated with the players first, agreed personal terms with Mount, with Onana, and with Haaland recently. They agreed the personal terms. Erik Ten Hag is actually the person who's actually making the phone call and speaking to them on numerous occasions. That's crazy. He's speaking to them on numerous occasions, checking with them, making sure that they know what to expect in Manchester United when they do arrive, and what's expected of them, and really if they want to join Manchester United. It is really good. And once Erik Ten Hag has done that, only then he's instructing the team behind the scenes to go ahead and make some kind of contact with the club. And even then, when they do make the contact with the club, it's not about putting an offer in straight away. They're actually looking out for the club. They're looking what the club really wants from the team. They're actually speaking to the club and asking what they want in terms of fees. Once they're in some kind of agreement over the fees is when Manchester United make an offer for the players. I think it's brilliant. I think it's really good, because what it does is it saves, number one, a lot of time, and number two, it saves a lot of embarrassment. confident from going after a player and then not getting them. Whereas in this case, Manchester United already know that what they expected to pay, and then they start negotiating from that point onwards, and they already know that the player is willing to come and wants to come to Manchester United and will not go anywhere else. I think the prime example of that was Haaland. What a signing that is, because normally historically we would lose out to other clubs for these kind of players. We would. I mean, we would struggle to bring in these type of players if another big team came along and wanted them and paid them more. In this case, PSG were offering Haaland a lot more in terms of salary than what Man United were offering him. But Haaland, having spoken to Ten Hag and having already been sold on the vision of what he's going to be doing for Manchester United and what Manchester United are going to be doing going forward, he was sold. He didn't want to join PSG. He wanted to join Manchester United, and that is refreshing. That tells you that we are going places. Manchester United is rising up again. The sleeping giant is waking up again, and it's ready to take on the world. I'm really excited with Rasmus Haaland. I think he's going to be a fantastic player. I said in yesterday's show that this kid has got the attributes to make him a very, very good striker, and he will take the Premier League by storm if he stays fit. And of course, it's all about potential. He has got raw potential, and he's rough around the edges, but if he improves himself and becomes what he can, he will be an insane superstar striker, and that's what we all want. We all really desperately want him to do well. So let's hope, fingers crossed, he stays fit and gets there and gets into United and starts doing some serious damage. Moving on from Haaland, United have straight away jumped onto Amrabat. Sofian Amrabat is their next target. They've already had him lined up. They already agreed personal terms with him. Ten Hag has spoken to the player on numerous occasions, just like he did with Haaland, just like he did with Onana, and just like he did with Mount. So this is a pattern building up here. Ten Hag is the first person who makes that contact with the player and then taps them up, and this is what he's been doing with Amrabat as well. He spoke to him and it's all been agreed. His personal terms were agreed some time ago. He was already set on joining Manchester United. The noises coming out of Amrabat's camp were that he is going to be joining Manchester United. He doesn't want to join Liverpool. He doesn't want to join any other club. He wants to join Manchester United. And now there's some talk last night of Al Hilal, a Saudi club, making an offer for him and wanting to sign him. We are still confident that he will choose Manchester United, even over all the salaries. He's only 25. Why would he want to go to Saudi? Why would he want to just waste his career away going and playing in it? Let's hope that he does make the right choice and does join Manchester United. I'm confident that he will. I think there's 90% chance that he will get done very soon as well. It's about agreeing a fee with Fiorentina, and I think they'll agree a fee of around about 25 to 30 mil. Hopefully that seems like a decent price to me. I think that's what's been reported out there by lots of reporters, that that's the fee that they're looking to agree. But let's wait and see. If they do get Amrabat in, that will be a very, very good signing. As we saw yesterday in the pre-season game against Borussia Dortmund, Manchester United are weak in the middle and are still defensively kind of weak, and they do need more defensive cover. And that's why Kobe Mainoo was so important, and that's why he's such a big loss for Manchester United, because he would have been really good in that centre of the park going forward this early in this season. Moving on from Amrabat, let's see what's going on with players going out. Harry Maguire, you saw yesterday play. He is awful, man. I mean, how can we keep this guy? How can we make him better at Manchester United? I think it's impossible. Look, I keep giving him the benefit of doubt. I keep thinking, look, maybe he could stay. Maybe Man United just should keep him. But it's impossible. It's impossible. I look at this guy and I think, how the hell was he the captain of Manchester United, the biggest club in the world, and we had Harry Maguire as our captain? It just tells you everything about what was wrong with Manchester United and our mentality. It was completely messed up. Completely messed up. Harry Maguire is not the Man United material. He's not a good Manchester United player, and we need to sell him as quick as possible. I think now the 25 mil that West Ham offered looks really good. We should have just taken it. But look, that's hindsight. It's really difficult to kind of work out what offer's good and what's not. It was the first offer. We were hoping that West Ham would come back with another offer, but West Ham looked like that was their final offer. It was their first and final offer, and we are not going to get any more offers from West Ham, which is a shame. In fact, we need to kind of say to them, look, if you increase it by a couple of million, we'll take it. Give us the money and get rid of Harry Maguire. That's what I would do anyway. And other players that are leaving, obviously Fred's not been playing in the pre-season. He's not been at pre-season. I think he's definitely on his way out. There are talks that he's in talks with Galatasaray in Turkey, and he might be leaving for that. I mean, McTominay, again, he was playing last night, but I really think we should really get rid of him as well. He needs to go. I think West Ham are interested. We should need to sell him. And there's a few other players like Van der Beek that should also be moved on if we can. I don't think he's got a future at Manchester United, especially not in that position that he wants to play. By the way, if you're liking what you hear, make sure you hit that like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to this channel and hear everything about Manchester United, what's going on and what is coming. That's what I'm here for. I let you know about what's going on with Manchester United and what is happening and what will happen. Hopefully you like what you hear, you like what you see, so hit that like button and subscribe. So finishing off the show, we have still been hearing rumours that Man United still might be interested in signing another striker. And if that is the case, then there is only one striker I want Man United to sign, and that is Harry Kane. Harry Kane would be absolutely brilliant. He'd be the cherry on the cake. He would be amazing. I mean, this transfer window would turn into an absolute humongous transfer window if we get Harry Kane. Yes, Harry Kane would be an absolute huge statement by Manchester United. If we get Harry Kane, he would smash it. The amount of goals he'd score, he guarantees us at least 20 goals in the season coming, and that is important because Manchester United are missing goal scorers. They need more goal scorers, and that's what they really struggled with. If we were outscoring teams, I don't think we'd struggle too much back in the defence. We would. Last season we actually did really good in defence. We did really good in defence. A lot of people don't realise this, that Manchester United actually did really good in defence last season. It was just that they didn't score enough goals, and that's why Ten Hag has brought in Haaland and wants to bring in more attacking players. And I think they do need another striker, and if that is the case, they need to go after someone who's proven goal scorer, someone who's played in the Premier League, someone who knows what he's doing. He knows, he's hungry, he wants to break records, and Harry Kane is our man. There is nobody else available who I look around and think he's worth 100 million plus, but this guy is worth 100 million plus. The only problem that we have is Daniel Levy. Daniel Levy is just not going to sell to Manchester United, and that's what I keep hearing again and again, and it's so heartbreaking. Why does Daniel Levy hate Man United so much? But he does. He knows that they're a threat. He knows that they're competing against a top 4 team. He doesn't want to sell his main striker to a competitor. What do you think? Do you think we should be signing Harry Kane? Let me know your thoughts. I mean, I'd love to hear from Man United fans. In fact, even if you're not Man United fans, let me know what you think of the Man United team so far. Do you think it's good? Do you think we've made some good signings? Do you think we've overpaid? I think we've done some really smart business this summer. Really good signings. Really good prices. I think Man United have really changed the way they're signing players, and they've made sure that they don't get their pants pulled down when they're going after these players. They're making sure that they're not overpaying. And I personally think even for Rasmus Haaland, they've not overpaid. Some people might disagree with that, but me, personally, I think Rasmus Haaland was a bargain, especially if he can come out and if he can show us what he's capable of. In 5 years' time, if he turns into a superstar striker, this amount of fee is going to be nothing. It's going to be nothing. Remember, back in the days we were talking about 50 million being loads of money. Now 50 million is what we're paying defenders. That's what it is. So times change. The amount of money spent is changing. In 5 years' time, I'm sure that this fee will be next to nothing if this guy gives us back some serious amount of goals. Finally, the topic of the day is Glazers are under pressure. Yes, the Glazers are really feeling the heat right now. A lot of people are coming out and want the Glazers to come out and make an announcement and sell the club, and that includes David Beckham, who came out last week all guns blazing, saying that the Glazers need to sell and get out of Manchester United. Let's see whether the Glazers do come out and make an announcement. There are rumours that they're going to come out and make an announcement before the start of the season, but these are just rumours. We've been hearing these rumours now for 2-3 months that the Glazers are going to come out and make some kind of announcement. Every time we build this up and get all this hype, we get nothing. We get hot air. We don't even hear from the Glazers. We don't hear from anybody. And then it's just dies down, and I think that could be the same case here. They could be saying that they're going to make an announcement at the start of the season or before the start of the season, but realistically I don't think that could happen. I mean, it seems really odd that they would make it start of the season. Why would they do that unless they're saying that they're not going to sell? So let's wait and see. It's really going to be tense. I mean, I really do want them to come out and say something, but I don't want to hear the wrong thing out of their mouth, because I really know that that will set off a lot of fans. A lot of fans will become really upset about that. I don't want that to happen. I want Man United to be focusing on the football and nothing else. This is why I would have loved for the takeover having been dealt with and all closed off before the transfer window opened, but that didn't happen. We went into a transfer window all worried about what our budget's going to be and if we're going to sign any players. But let's be honest with you, our budget hasn't been huge. Our budget's actually been pretty mire compared to what the other teams are spending. I mean, we've spent 150 mil on 3 players, whereas other teams are spending that much on 1 player almost. Yeah, we need to reflect on that, and we need to understand that this transfer budget is not good enough for a team that's rebuilding, a team that has got a new manager in and who wants to stamp his own authority on the team and bring in his own type of players. So we haven't spent a lot. So do not get fooled by all this. I'm just hoping that the Glazers can come out and make the right decision and let the club go. That's a long shot. It's a long shot because we all know what the Glazers are like and what they get up to. But let's wait and see. Subscribe for further updates from me. You are watching the Man United Stream, a channel by the fans for the fans. Goodbye.